Hi Space Adventurers! My name is Christer Hägglund and I'm going to show you how to play Space Yoghurt, the board game. In the box you have a graphic sheet and a text sheet, and that will describe how the game is played. Each player has a crew with 3 spacers: the captain, the lookout and the engineer. Each spacer uses its own die. The captain uses the big die with the star, the lookout uses the die with the eye, and the engineer uses the little die with the wrench. Each player chooses a color and places their spacers in the home with a matching color. The first player to move all of his or her spacers to the cockpit wins the game. Each player starts their turn by rolling all 3 white dice, then chooses only one to play with this turn. If you choose a die with a number, you move the chosen dice spacer along the moon track that many steps, in any direction, as the die shows. In this case, the captain 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3. You can jump over other spacers, even your own. If you choose a die with a vortex, you move the chosen dice spacer to any vortex. In this case, the captain. I can move him here, 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 or here. Your spacers are protected on your own color: the home, the cockpit, and the 3 spaces with your color along the moon track. If you in this case want to move your captain with the chosen die result of 1, you can't send home the yellow captain because he is protected on his own color. This means that you have to move 1 step in the other direction along the moon track, and you can't move into another player's cockpit. If you end your move on a yogurt pool, you roll the yogurt pool die. If you roll this symbol, you can send home any opponent's unprotected spacer, either the blue captain or the yellow engineer. The red lookout is protected on its own color. If you roll this symbol, move your spacer to the cockpit. If you roll this symbol, you have gotten bitter yogurt and must send your spacer back home. If you roll a blank, nothing happens. If you end your move on the bouncy crater, you roll the bouncy crater die. In this case, you have rolled the result of 1 on the captain die and move 1 step to the bouncy crater. You roll the bouncy crater die and move along the bouncy path and send the blue captain home. Repeat until you roll a blank or end up in your cockpit. Next time it is your turn, you roll all 3 white dice. Only when you end your move on a yogurt pool or a bouncy crater, you roll their special dice. So you never roll these dice at the start of your turn, only when you end your move. The green player has chosen the captain die and can move 2 steps, but the captain can't move here because the red lookout is protected on its own color. The captain can't move 2 steps to send the yellow engineer back home. You can't move into a vortex this way. The only way to move to a vortex is by choosing a die with a vortex symbol on. In this case, the green player can choose the lookout die and move his lookout to the vortex and send the yellow engineer back home. To move away from a vortex, you have to choose a die with a number on. In this case, the engineer die with 3 on. To move the engineer, 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3. It is the green player's turn again, and I roll all 3 white dice. I choose to move the lookout 4 steps. There I roll the blank on the bouncer crater die, and this ends my turn. And it is now the yellow player's turn. When your spacers have ended up in the cockpit, you don't need to roll their dice. In this case, the captain and the engineer are already in the cockpit, and I move away their dice, so I roll only the lookout die. 1, 2, 3. You only need an equal or higher number on your white die to take your final step into the cockpit. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. This is the moon track. This is a bouncer crater. This is a yogurt pool. This is a vortex. This is your cockpit. This is the captain's place. This is the lookout's place. This is the engineer's place. You have now seen how easy and fun it is to play Space Yoghurt. And I hope it is you that will win a lot of times. See you at spaceyoghurt.com. Hi Space Adventurers. Hi Space Adventurers. My name is Christer Hägglund and I have decided... My name is Christer Hägglund and I have decided... Svårt ska det vara egentligen. My name is Christer Hägglund and I have decided... Fan vad svårt det är.